I'm Jimmy Chang, and we're here to talk about how to find the real roots of algebraic equations. Now, real roots are answers or roots that are not complex, so we're not talking about anything involving i's. So depending on what kind of equation that you have, real roots are simply real number solutions. So here's a couple of examples to distinguish between what's real and what's not real. So when you have a simple equation like, for example, 3x plus 1 is equal to 0, you want to solve for x. When you solve it, the answer that you get, as long as it's positive or negative, no complex, as in no i's, this is an example of a real solution or a real root. Now, if you have something like x plus 2 times x minus 3, that's equal to 0. When you solve for this, you take each parentheses, set it equal to 0. And what you see here are also real numbers. So again, these solutions are real roots. Now, what's not a real root? Supposing you have, for example, x squared plus 4 is equal to 0. Now, if you were to solve this, you would subtract 4 on both sides. You have x squared equals to negative 4. Now, to get rid of a square, you take the square root of both sides. But here's what happens. You have x is equal to, what happens here is you have a square root of a negative number. Whenever you have a square root of a negative number, that means automatically you have a complex solution. So what you have here is you have to take the negative and bring it out, and you have an I, square root of 4, plus or minus, because when you take the square root of both sides, that's what you have to do. But square root of 4 is 2, so you have x is equal to plus or minus 2i. And what that means here is 2i is a complex solution, which means it is not a real root because it's a complex root. So when it comes to finding solutions, real roots are simply real numbers, and complex roots would be complex numbers, and they're not real roots. So I'm Jimmy Chang, and that's a brief overview on how to find real roots in algebraic equations.